Doreen Granpeesheh is the
Dr. Doreen is an expert in autism.
Doreen Granpeesheh.
Dr. Granpeesheh.
Dr. Doreen Granpeesheh.
Dr. Doreen Granpeesheh is a visionary in the field of autism. Now you can ask her questions on Ask Dr. Doreen.
Ushalad wrote back and said, thanks so much. It's very hard to know what the child does in school the whole day as our kids can't express much. Okay. Parents are not allowed to go inside the school due to COVID. What can be done, please? I've got at least one tip. What have you got, Dr. Granpeesheh?
Well, this is a tough one because COVID has changed things so drastically. And I also actually did not even realize at this point. I was trying to show a school to a parent where I was going to suggest for them to take their child there, and they wouldn't allow any kind of tours. Even like, actually I was trying for the health group, which is purely spectrum kids and so on. I couldn't do it. So COVID has altered things. I don't know, Shannon, my suggestion, I guess, if it was me, what I would do is I would try to get with all the other parents and I would ask permission to allow to put a camera in the classroom. If all the families allow that, if everybody signs off on that, you guys can have a camera with a live feed so everyone can actually see on their phones what's going on. You can't do that without the permission of all the other parents because you're looking at their child as well. But it is a safety thing, and I am aware of parents who have done that, so that's something you might want to consider.
So, and the advice that I have comes from Dr. Mike Dorsey, who Dr. Granpeesheh. For many years, he was the expert in the United States. If whether it was a school district or a family was trying to show what setting was appropriate in a classroom, he was the expert that would be called into court. And he came on the show once, and best piece of advice in terms of classroom, he said, sometimes when you don't know what's going on, you can ask. And that the way to ask this is to say, can we have a schedule of the day for the student that aligns with the goals from the IEP? So tell us from, in 20-minute increments, which goal are you working on? And he said, you'll get one of two things back. Either people will go, what? We don't have that. How would we possibly have that? Or there'll be a big pause, right, while they try to put it together, or that they will immediately come back and go, here's the schedule, because they're actually doing it. Yeah. If you got the second one, your child is probably in a really high level.
Shannon, your feed.
Oh,
there you are. You're back.
Oh, my back. He said more often than not, you'll catch them with their pants around their ankles, that they don't have the child's schedule. They're not paying attention to what the goals are, but it will remind them that that's a legal document and that they're supposed to, and it'll put you in a position where your child will get more support quickly. So you just send in writing and say, you can use whatever excuse. You can say, due to COVID and we don't really have eyes on, can you please give us a schedule of their day and which one of their goals and their IEP they're working on during each 20-minute increment, and then watch their heads explode.
Yeah, I just wanted to, that's a really good point. And I do want to just add one other thing, which is, you can produce, assuming that the teacher is cooperative and honest, you can produce a small journal for the teacher, not one where the teacher writes a lot of narrative. A lot of teachers don't want to do that because they don't have time. They don't want to put the time into it. But if you produce a journal that has bullet points and the teacher and at the top has like a Likert scale. So in other words, for instance, it'll say challenging behavior, language, interacting with other kids. Let's say those three things, right? And then at the top, there's a scale from 0 to 5. 0 is really bad, 5 is really good. And the teacher basically just has to look and say, okay, language, I think he was a 4 today. Challenging behavior, it was a 0. He didn't have any challenging behavior, whatever it is. And they just score it that way, 3 points, very easy for the teacher. It'll take them 2 seconds. And that's something that maybe is a little notebook that's attached to your child's backpack so that you're not adding to anything. It just literally takes a minute to do. that's something that
Love that.
you could later put all those numbers on a graph and you'll see exactly how your child is doing every day.
Yes. I love that. I love that. Because, you know, it's hard for teachers in the classroom, but you made it super easy for them to report and let you know how things are going throughout the day. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now.
To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.